With Q4 wrapping up, there are so many different things that I learned selling on Amazon these last few months. My business has scaled so fast in the months of November and December, and I want to talk about a few different takeaways that I got from selling on Amazon this Q4. So let's jump right in. Right now, I'm on pace for just under $100,000 in sales, and I think I could have hit that 100,000 if I realized this first takeaway, which was I didn't buy enough inventory of the stuff that was selling well. During this time of year, I basically had the most amount of SKUs that I've ever had, and towards the end, I started to understand which ones were selling faster than others, and I wasn't always as diligent about replenishing those specific products. There were 2 or 3 specific products that I sold over 300 to 400 units of in the month of December, but I know that number could have been closer to 500 or 600 units per item if I just was able to replenish more often. There were definitely certain days where I would go out of stock and not be able to replenish till a few days later, and that definitely hurt my top line revenue. When things are selling, it's important to make sure they stay in stock because you're already getting the buy box, so the more you have in stock, the more sales you're going to get. My second takeaway was making sure that I had enough supplies to fulfill all of my orders without any delays. I didn't expect to sell as many small items as I did, but having 10 by 13 and 14 by 19 poly bags on hand at all times was essential to be able to hit my merch fulfilled deadlines. There were certain times throughout the month where I had to reorder a set of 200 or 500 bags, knowing I was going to go through that pretty quickly. If I had to start the month over, I would definitely stock up on a few thousand of each item to make sure I was never really worried about how I was going to package these items. And a lot of those items were shipping first class, so I wanted to make sure that a poly bag was the lightest that I was going to use, and I was going to stick under that 1 pound limit to make sure I was getting the first class shipping. If you stay under that 1 pound limit, the most you're going to pay is close to $5.50, and if it ends up being over a pound, your priority shipping or UPS ground could be up to $12 or $13. So making sure I was staying under a pound was very helpful using poly bags. And my final takeaway was, with all of the merchant fulfilling that I was doing, I didn't have enough help to get those orders done quick enough, but then I was able to keep sourcing or make sure I was restocking my current products on time. I think that was the biggest bottleneck, especially after a weekend. There were certain days where I would spend all day packaging and getting orders out in the mail, and that hurt my chances of being able to restock or being able to source new products and get more sales. I think my sales potential could have been higher if I was able to spend more time sourcing and less time packaging orders. If I had to do it over again, I would maybe try to get another helper. My wife was definitely good in helping me as much as she could, but I definitely needed someone there at all times to help me with orders so I could spend less time doing orders, more time with more important things like sourcing. All in all, Q4 was really great for my business this year. I scaled so much faster than I thought I could, and now I kind of understand what it's going to take to be able to hit these numbers every single month in the future. So I have very high goals for 2023, and I'm sure I'll share those goals with you guys in another video. But if you guys like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for some upcoming videos on different tutorials on how to start an Amazon business, maybe how to take your business full time, and I'll see you guys in the next one.